is all that's left of us. And only if you ever worried. While the signs were clear, they had no idea. You just get used to living in fear. Or give up when you can't even picture your future.
What's up YouTube, Evan from Epic Duel Time here. I am doing another commentary for a video for you guys. This week's duel video is going to be Fire Fist versus Water. Timmy Turner was playing the Fire Fist deck. This has been kind of the thing he's been doing because I think he's taking a kind of a break from Agents right now, and he's, you know, kind of experimenting, going into some cool directions. He's been playing Fire Fist and testing it a ton, and I'm still playing Water. Prophecy's matchup against Fire is not particularly good, especially where I don't use anything that's not TCG legal, so I don't have Divine Judgment. So either way, we'll get right into the game. So this is again using Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. The reason I've been using Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro lately is because, and you know, people have asked me, you know, what's been going on. I'm finding that filming real matches is harder and harder and harder to do because first of all, you have to sit down and get two good players to play each other in tournament, and the problem is that like misplays happen, and you've just wasted like 45 minutes of battery on your camera, and you don't get to go find another match. You have to go charge the camera, so that part kind of sucks. So that's why I'm kind of like favoring doing these right now. I will always be doing the real-time matches, but these are kind of filler until we do. And besides, it's, you know, coming to the end of a format, so it's like I'm hesitant on doing a ton of other matches that I have to edit because they're not going to matter in a month. So I feel like this is okay. We'll be starting up strong in March again, but this is at least to still give you guys videos and stuff. Okay, so Water versus Fire Fist. Okay, so if we look at opening hands, it's kind of interesting. They're both good hands, and I do have turn one. So thankfully I have the warning, and I've got a Lindy, which is always a good way. But remember, he's got the Threatening Roar. He's got the Rabbit, so obviously we know kind of what turn one's going to look like. So I'll let it play out. So I set the Lindy, and I set the warning, and he gets Tensu. For those of you guys who might follow me on Facebook or anything, you know that I hate Fire Fist. I think the deck is kind of like 6 Sams plus Gravekeepers. And the reason why I compare it to those is because it relies on spells to keep its plays going. 6 Samurai do that quite a bit, whether it's Gateway, United, and on top of that, Gravekeepers do that whole recruit, like where not recruiter, excuse me, Descendant comes out and pops monsters. That's kind of why I look at them the way they are. Also, Gravekeepers heavily rely on spells and traps. 6 Samurai also do the similar, so it feels very similar between the two. It's like a deck full of Guaibas. It's a weird comparison, but that's how I feel. And I'm not a huge fan of Fire Fist because I feel that it's highly autoplay. I think it's very easy to play this deck. Again, autoplay may be a bit of an extreme turn, but the deck's fairly easy to play in terms of just being able to pick it up. It speaks for itself. Granted, there are always going to be more experienced players in it, but it is a deck that is on the easier scale of things right now. So he summons the Rabbit, and I just flip the warning and pay the 2k to negate it. But then he has the Tensu, and he's got his Gorilla, so he's going to attack. A bit of a misplay here. I forgot what happens when this exchange goes. I misplay on this, if I'm correct. Yes, I do. So I try to summon Pike, which I do. The problem is that Abyss Pike isn't going to get its effect right now. What I was trying to do is, I know that he's going to set a trap, so I thought on a new chain. So I thought, like, I forgot that you can't activate on this, and I forgot that Pike is when this card is special summoned and not if this card is special summoned. So he misses the timing to use his effect, because it's an optional when this effect. So I forgot that. I should have gone for Megalo. So he searches out his Tenki and sets it. Main phase 2, he plays Tenki. This is kind of where my frustration is on this deck, because I think that it's easy. You know what you're going to do. I mean, the deck's not particularly difficult. So he sets 2 and ends. And I've got a decent hand now. So I use Megalo. I pitch Marksman and Infantry. I summon successful. I target Tensu because I'd rather him not get double normal summons every turn. Tenki isn't that huge to say, but Tensu's way bigger. And then Marksman, I target a card that's Forbidden Lance. So, comparison, I'm glad I didn't pop the Threatening Roar because at least I got the other one off the board. And then I activate my Megalo's effect on Chainlink 3, search out the Abyss Sphere, pop the Lance, I Reborn, Marksman. I probably shouldn't have YOLO'd this because I didn't think that he used Threatening Roar. He's running Roars. He's told me that too. So I use Megalo. Oh, this is a bad misplay. And I tribute the Marksman. He chains that Roar, and I'm just eating shit. So Marksman's going to resolve without effect. I set it back row. For those of you guys who know what this deck does, it's just basically like, oh, herp derp, I play Bear, and I'm going to blow up your Megalo, and I'm going to start attacking. It's pretty herp derp. So that we go through this a little faster. I play this sphere because I searched that off Megalo because he goes to direct attack and then a replay occurs. So he continues his attack into my Abyss Lindy. And I get my Megalo because I don't have anything to pitch for a pike. And then he flips Tenki. He makes Tiger King, I think his name is. Yes, that's Tiger King. And he sets a back row, which is Tensu. Oh, no, sorry, he searches Tensu. Excuse me. And then he summons Bear and uses Bear's effect and pops Megalo. Oh, that was fun. So I draw Pike, and I basically have nothing, so I end. There's no point in playing that Pike, even as a defense. I'd rather like draw into like an Atlantean or something and be able to make a combo out of it. So then he plays Tour Guide, summons Tour Guide, goes Leviathan. He attacks directly with Bear. Activates Bear's effect. And I actually activate Gore's here. I'm trying to minimize the amount of battle damage I'm going to get. And Gore's token and Gore's are going to die because of Bear. So there's no point in trying to time it better. I want to avoid as many attacks as possible. Keep in mind that Gore's is just going to die. There's nothing that's going to stop that. It is an inevitable fact. So Gore's gets his token. Token dies because he gets attacked. And this is a deterrent to take that Leviathan damage at all. So you're minimizing your amount of damage that you're taking. That's why I summoned Gore's right after that. He flips up Tenki. He searches. He summons. He pops Gore's. He summons Mice Broken Hands. Now, for those of you who play this, who play water, I'm going to explain why I scoop here. I scoop, and essentially, the reason I do is because let's look at my graveyard. You're saying, well, you have Undine, and Undine's really good. If I didn't have so many waters in grave, I had 7 waters. Dropping 8 Dragoons would have meant 8 waters, and I still can't like do anything after that. There's no real play to follow up on. I essentially would need 2 normal summons to get some sort of a combo out, and at that point, it's not going to happen. I'm going to take a lot of damage next turn, especially where he's getting like double normal summons every turn. So I scoop. So game 2. No, that's game 3. Balls. There we go. All right. This hand is atrocious. And by atrocious, I mean like the most disgusting thing in water. This is a mean hand. The only thing that would make it better is if the Lindy was not a Lindy. If it was just anything else, because, let me explain. I draw into infantry. So he's got infantry and dragoons, meaning anything he plays next turn is gonna die. So that's a guarantee. Everything he plays is going to die. So I just set the Lindy, which is actually a really good defensive opening, because it's a comfortable opening you can play, and I guess the Lindy wasn't too bad because I did have the turn 1, and this is a very good turn 2. I did side. I think I sided Malevolent Catastrophes. I didn't see them in my opening, and I sided like something else. I forget. Maybe more MST or something. So he summons Gorilla, and he attacks my Lindy, and Lindy summons my Megalo because I'm not stupid this time. Apparently I just didn't know what Pike did. So I have my Megalo now, and he's going to search Tenki. He's going to use Tenki. He's going to get Bear, and he sets a Magic Cylinder, which is that's what he sided against me. It works. It's stupid, but it works. It's a really good card because we do pay a lot of life points, and people summon a lot of big beaters, and to essentially ruin their life points with their own monster. It's pretty nasty. And Lance, which is always good. So then I'm going to activate Megalo's effect. Summoning my second Megalo. I pitched a heavy infantry, and I'm targeting his monster. I'm not afraid of leaving Tenki up, so I target the Gorilla and the Dragoons to search. Get my Spear. My Dragoons will give me my second Diva. I'm going to attack directly. He flips a Magic Cylinder. Good. It's pretty good stuff. I attack directly with the Megalo. Thing 24. And then I set Torrential and Abyss Sphere. He then draws into Tour Guide. He blinds my Torrential right out from me. And I know that he has Lance, so he attacks over my Megalo with his Bear. Gross. Take damage. And he searches out another Tenki. Activates his Bear effect. Kills my Megalo, flips Tenki to get another Bear, sets a Dark Hole. This is where things get gross. Now, let's look at my graveyard for a second. I do have 5 waters in grave immediately, and that's kind of where I didn't want to flip up. A lot of people on the end phase, or right before the end phase, flip up their Abyss Spheres because they want to get to their Megalo faster. I didn't because I have 5 waters in grave and I have Moon Glacia, so I'm ready for it, and I'd rather use this on another time. I also have double Diva, which means it's going to be a really good turn of summoning, and I've got Avarice. So my hand's pretty stacked. I drop Moon Glacia instantly to see if I can bait out some traps or something, because honestly, if they have Bottomless Trap Hole or Compulse, they're going to use it, and I'd rather find out now what they have. If they have Bottomless, they're going to Bottomless Moon Glacia, and now I know, if I have to win now, I have to win now. Because remember, Moon Glacia makes you lose the battle phase of your next turn, but not this turn. So if he dies this turn, I still get my battle phase. It's next turns that I don't. So if I'm going to go for game, obviously, or try to go for game this turn if I lose my battle phase. But I end up hitting Torghad and Rabbit like a bitch. And then I play Avarice. And I put them all back. And I draw Undine and MST. I blind the back row. It's the Dark Hole. I play Diva. I get Infantry. Play my other Diva. Get Marksman. Make Librarian. Make Armory Arm. Give Armory Arm to my Hyper Librarian. Here's a reason for this. I kind of was playing as if there was a Gores, but then I realized Tenki's sitting there. This is basically there's nothing he's going to really be able to do. I guess he could drop a drag. It won't be very big. It doesn't really matter at this point. I've calculated the life. So I do 3,400 and then 28 direct for game. Okay, so that's game 2. Okay, and then Firewater game 3. Whoa. Yikes. There we go. Okay. That was weird. Alright, so let's look at his hand first. Bottomless, Sangan, Warning, Vorse Rider, and Bear. And that's not a terrible hand. It's a very defensive hand. It's not a very good hand based on if that Bear doesn't get to search. Your combos are going to be really stale for this turn. He also doesn't have a tanky. If he had tanky Vorse Rider and maybe like a deck dev or something, that'd be really good. Back to my side, I've got a Megalo, I've got 2 Divas again, and an Infantry and a Dragoons again. So it's kind of disgusting. He draws his Knight Assailant, which isn't very good. So he sets Bottomless and Sangam. I try my 3rd Diva, so I start playing Divas. Now I want to find out what that back row is. So I play Armor Arm. And in my mind, I've decided that that's not Bottomless. It is Bottomless, but I've decided it's not, because I figured he would have wanted to try to take out my Armor Arm. So I drop my Dragoons. Oh, chill. Yikes. And he Bottomlesses my, I drop my Dragoons and my Infantry, because I know my Infantry is going to be dead anyway, and then he Bottomlesses my Megalo. I don't know how to use this thing. So then I search out Sphere. I get Glacia. Battle phase. I attack with Armor Arm. He gets Sangan, and he gets Rabbit. I attack directly with Marksman. I'm just gonna speed this up. Diva. And Dragoons. So now I reduced him to 46, which is pretty good damage. Main phase 2. I overlay into Abyss Dweller. Why? I've got 4 waters. So I want to make 5, and I want to hit that rabbit right out of his hand. 2 out of 5, I don't know. It's some weird odds, but I do have a good chance of getting it out. So I drop Dragoons and search out a new Megalo. I don't know why. In retrospect, I should have done a Marksman. A Marksman would have been a little nicer. Should have another one. But I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. I play Mermail Glacia, and let's see, I nail Rabbit and Warning, which are freaking stacked drops. And then I Synchro into Catastor. The point of Synchroing into Catastor and getting that Marksman off the board is really I want to get the Diva off the board, and I want to get something that he can't attack over whatsoever. Unless he gets Vorse Raider pretty big, he can't actually kill Catastor. Nothing in his deck really kills it. He has to summon 2 monsters and get over it, and it's kind of tricky to do with rank 4s. So at this point, I've got a big enough monster, I've got my Dweller, and I've got a Mermail Glacia, and I've got an Abyss Sphere. So I've got my plays for about 2 turns. He draws another Bear and scoops. And at that point, continuously drawing into bears isn't going to help you because he had nothing really to boost his monsters to get over them. I drew a stacked hand, and I was able to search out the Glacia and make more broken plays. And the fact that that face-down monster was a Sangan and not Knight Assailant does mean something. I would have been significantly harder to do that play where I went Dweller if he was able to pop out my Marksman. So yeah, that's the match. Last video's pack giveaway winner was Machine Emperor Weisel. Want to win a pack of Cosmo Blazer? 3 simple things you gotta do. Like this video, subscribe to the Epic Duel Time channel, and comment with an answer to our question of the week. With the Forbidden Limited list changes looming, what is your single most desired card change to the list, and why? As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and keep dueling America.